A hero indeed. KRON 4's Jonathan Bloom has a look at the exact path the plane took before crashing into the Hudson and the quick decisions the pilot had to make.
We're going to use some incredible technology to show you the exact path that the plane took as it made its crash landing into the Hudson River. This is the actual path of the plane in 3D as it took off from LaGuardia Airport and made this landing in the river, superimposed on our map using Google Earth. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you the path of the plane starting over here at LaGuardia Airport, which is east of Manhattan. The plane actually took off on runway number 4, and we're going to show you where that runway is. Right down here we have a little orange arrow to show you where the plane took off. And it took off in a northeasterly direction, in this direction right here. This is where radar picked it up, right here where you see this yellow line start. And it wasn't very long before this happened. Take a look at this. This is where the plane stopped climbing and started heading in a downward direction. It only reached 3,200 feet in the air before it started going down. Now, when that happened, the pilot made an abrupt turn to the left, and here's why. He was heading for a small airport in New Jersey. Right there, you can see it. It's the Teterboro Airport, typically reserved for commuter jets and private airplanes, and this is where he was heading. He was heading for runway number 1 in the Teterboro Airport, trying to make an emergency landing, but he very quickly realized that that was not going to happen, and here's why. You can see by this line just how quickly the plane was losing altitude. With supposedly both engines not functioning, the plane was descending very quickly, and this little zigzag right here, this is where the pilot decided that rather than trying to approach the airport, he had to line himself up with the Hudson River and try to make an emergency water landing, and that's what happened. Right over here, you can see the plane glided down. This pilot was actually a glider instructor, very experienced at operating an airplane without an engine. And this is where the plane touched down, right here next to Pier 57, right in the center of the Hudson River. That's right between Manhattan and New Jersey. And, you know, ferry boats to rescue the passengers, the 150 passengers and 5 crew members, came from both sides of the river, some from New Jersey, some from over here in Manhattan. And they took the passengers to a couple different places. Some of the passengers wound up here at the Manhattan Ferry Terminal, which is actually sitting directly over where the Lincoln Tunnel goes underneath the river, and some of them wound up here at the Circle Line sightseeing pier. And that's one of the reasons why it took so long for authorities to be able to say that all the passengers were safe and accounted for, because you had them going on different boats to different ferry terminals, winding up on different sides of the Hudson River. But in fact, it turned out that all 155 people aboard that plane were safe, and most of them got out with very minor injuries or no injuries at all. Jonathan Bloom, KRON 4 News.